Now, on Friday, we have the release of Wakanda Forever. It is a film shrouded in mystery, without many promos and trailers, which just reveal little from the ones we have. So, as become tradition this year, it is time to give my theories on how it will pan out. Hello, everyone, Fictional Fanatics here to give my prediction for Wakanda Forever. Now, first of all, let's start out with what we do now. First of all, we know T'Challa will die, and that there will be a new Black Panther. How and why he will die are unknown, but it is pretty much confirmed that Shuri will be the next Black Panther for that question. We know that Wakanda will be fighting against Namor and his underwater army. We know Riri Williams will play a big part, but that's about it. Now, I think the most important thing to color is how will T'Challa die? Now, I would love to see that T'Challa died of realism to the MCU, where even though you have these godly, superpowered individuals which they can still be stopped by mortal problems like diseases. Sadly, it will probably take a different route. Now, one of the things that the writers have done in Phase 4 is to affirm the strength of their characters. They do that by making the past ones by looking weak. For example, the TVA uses Infinity Stone's paperweights. It bothers me, but it's something they do a lot. So I could definitely see that Namor had some hand in the death of T'Challa, or at the very least we could be led to assume so, by making Namor look stronger, by killing T'Challa, which would also cause conflict. Now for how Shuri becomes Black Panther, that's a bit more tricky. Now I'm just going to assume that it is Shuri, but if that is so, one very important part of becoming Black Panther is the flowers. I don't remember the real name. But anyways, in the first film, we see that there's this herbal flower which grants the drinker the power of the Black Panther, but Killmonger destroys all the flowers. It would be a real shame if they undermined that scene, which is why I think Shuri's Black Panther will be focused more on tech than strength, which makes sense with the character. Another important character in the movie is going to be Riri Williams. In the comics, she was the protege of Tony Stark, but now he is dead, and the role of the protege has already been taken by Spider-Man. So possibly what I'd like to see is that Pepper is the mentor to her. Then we could have Riri's story be that she's in college, she was recruited to Stark Industries by Pepper Potts, and when the war breaks out between Wakanda and Namor, she sends Riri to support the Wakandans. I definitely want to see Pepper have a connection with Riri, even if it is only set up here just to be continued in the show, because for me it's a must for the story. But beyond that, what else is there for Riri? I could see her being a kid who is inspired by Tony Stark. She sees past his mistakes and only sees the good parts of him, so she replicates everything he does without learning from his mistakes. Now, I would want her to learn them, to see the error in his ways by the end, while still respecting him and still thinking he's great with the help of Pepper, of course. It would be a fine line to balance before being annoying, but I could still see her having this sort of arrogance, and she needs to change it, but I also don't want it to be over the top, and I don't want it just to be a retelling of the Tony Stark story, but now it's a girl and it's black. But most importantly to the story is Namor. Now, my gut feeling is this whole film is going to be a Civil War thing. Someone pulling the strings, causing them to fight, because Wakandan Talokan, which is what it's called, apparently not Atlantis here, they're probably the most advanced nations on the Earth in MCU, so having them hidden makes them a big threat, but making them come out and also making them fighting makes it easier for whoever's trying to take them over, which is what I assume they'll be doing. Now, could it be the Skrulls, King, Doctor Doom? It could even be the leader. I don't know, and I don't think there's a way of knowing until it releases. But I can't see a world where Talokan is the villain, and the mastermind plot seems to be a given for this, just because if they want to use Namor in the future, him being a villain, not gonna be the best. I just think it's got to be some sort of setup for the future of Phase 5 and 6 for the Multiverse Saga. Someone important. It can't just be another Zemo. It's this guy who's not very much important besides in this movie. It needs to be someone big. In addition, to support this theory, this film is the end of the phase, and without an Avengers film, there needs to be some sort of big ending. So setting up the next phases, and not just a post-credit scene, is probably going to be some part of this movie. Maybe not the most important part, but a part in it. I feel that Namor would be kind of like a Wanda Age of Ultron type character, where they start off as antagonistic, not the villain, but either way, in the end, they'll be the hero. But with all the mystery surrounding this film, there's not much more to make theories about, as we don't know much. How will it end? Who else might show up in it? I have no clue. There is going to be a song by Rihanna, which will probably sound like this. Bombay, perky perk, perky perk, 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 perky perk, Bombay. Yes, I do know it's officially out, but I recorded that for canceled video, and I needed to use it. Anyways, I'm really excited to see how this film turns out. As a tribute to Chadwick Boseman, it needs to be done well, and I'm sure they will get it done well. I'm more excited for this film than most of the recent MCU projects as a whole, as it feels different and much more special. I don't know how to explain it, but just like the cinematography and just Black Panther 1 was good, it being a tribute, end of the phase. There's a lot of things that's making it look like it's good. It's a more down to earth concept. It's not this crazy, we're breaking the multiverse, or we're going to another dimension, or we're going to need to stop a demon, or all these far off concepts. It's going to be a bit more down to earth, and I know we're dealing with a god and Namor, but I mean, I feel like that's how it's going to be, and it's just very exciting, even though it feels more of a basic concept than the rest. Anyways, that's it for the video, and what do you think? Are you excited for the movie? If you are watching this after it comes out, am I right? Don't let me know, because I only watch these when they're on Disney Plus. If you want to see why Werewolf by Night is what we need for the future of the MCU, check out this video. Thanks for watching, and until the next one,